guys, and welcome back to Kids Church. Last week we talked about sports being important to God and how God can use our treasures that aren't always just silver and gold to do amazing things. Our treasures are things that are important to us. We talked about how important it is to give God glory and praise through everything we do, like baseball or dancing. Well, today let's dance and sing to God, promising to move just for Him. Dancing and singing are some of my favorite things to do. My most favorite thing to do of all things is scuba diving. That's why it's in the background today. Also, one of my favorite things to do with scuba diving is working as a team. See, you have to have a buddy. They help keep you safe. Well, working as a team is important to do God's work. It's something that He has commanded us to do. If we don't work as a team, it sounds and smells bad to God. Listen to a couple of these stories.
Your idea won't work.
Your song is for Alexa.
It's not.
It's too.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, you guys. Let's talk, please,
and not yell.
Melody, I don't want to play this song. It's boring.
He doesn't appreciate good music.
Do you know what you two sound like?
What do you mean sound like?
Come over here and listen to this. Now, listen to this, please.
What about it?
But now, listen to this.
But Melody, you destroyed the harmony in that song.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it. We hit a few sour notes.
Yes. And when God sees people fighting like that, it's certainly not music to his ears. In music, when we put the right tones and notes together, it creates harmony. But when we put the wrong ones together, it fills the room with dissonance. It's not music, it's noise.
So I guess we were filling the room with dissonance because we weren't saying the right things to each other?
Why don't the two of you go down to the library and discuss what song you want to play for your duet, and come back on another note.
Hold it! The two of you are gonna send me to the hospital with all your bumping around.
I'm just trying to get the new produce out before the customers show up.
If you'd stay on your side, you wouldn't have a problem.
Uncle Art.
I didn't know we had sides now. And if we do, I want to be able to pick what fruit I have on my side.
No, you don't. You stay over there.
You just stay over.
Truce.
No.
We are not going to get anything done this way.
You'd better move, Rhoda, and get out of the way of your uncle's bad temper.
I have no temper. But if I do, it's your fault.
Isn't that just like you, blaming your faults on me?
Okay, we have exactly 20 minutes before the customers start to come. We need to work together and get this done in unity.
Oh, the things I do for you, Rhoda. All right, I will try to work in unity with this person.
You couldn't work in unity with anyone. You think you know everything.
I do!
You do. Can you believe the pride that pours out of this one's mouth?
Uncle Earl, he just says things like that to get your goat.
Works every time.
I just know that if the three of us work together and stop trying to annoy each other, we can get this work done in plenty of time to enjoy a nice hot cup of coffee. I might even be talked into going to the bakery to get some fresh muffins right out of the oven.
Oh, blueberry muffins? With lots of butter?
A piece of raisin bread with honey.
There you go. You have to be different.
Oh, so now I have to eat what you want to eat.
Uncles, remember unity. Using the gifts that God gave us and the talents that he gave us, we can work together to get the job done. Unity.
Okay, Neshama. Unity. Just for you and for God.
Well, if he can do it, so can I. Blueberry, right? And real butter?
So, it's Bible story time. In Philippians 4, Paul is writing a letter again, and he's telling two women not to fight. Listen, my dear friends, I love you so much. I want the very best for you. You fill me with such joy and fill me with such pride. Don't waver. Stay on track, steady in God. Pray about everything. I urge Euodia and Syntyche, which are weird names, but he urges them to iron out their differences and make up. They've been fighting, and God doesn't like it. God doesn't want his children holding grudges, he says. And oh, yes, Syzygus, also a weird name. Since you're right there, help them to work things out. Do your best for them. These women worked for the message hand in hand with Clement and me, and the other veterans worked as hard as any of us. Remember, their names are also in the book of life. See, when we argue, when we fight, it detracts from what God's trying to do with us. Paul's writing a letter to urge two of his friends, two women, to stop fighting, because when they're fighting, they're not doing God's work. They're focused on them and not on God, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Tithing is one of the ways that we show teamwork. We've talked about you can tithe your time, you can tithe money, you can tithe your attitudes, you can tithe your praise. There's lots of things that as kids you can tithe because you don't have jobs. One of my favorite missions to tithe to as an adult is Watoto. You met a couple of their kids last week and the week before. Remember, they were dancing and singing? They live in Africa, and most of them are orphans, which means their parents died, or they were given away because their parents couldn't take care of them, like they're really, really sick, or just so poor they couldn't even feed them. Well, listen to their story. There's a young man that's about to show you around one of their villages.
This is my circle. And every circle there are 8 homes. With a mother who looks after 8 children, just like my mother. Let's go. This is Baby Watoto, where the really little ones start their journey. Come on. Sorry. This is one of our classrooms where we go to school every day except Saturdays and Sundays. Let's go. This is our church. We love praising Jesus and learning about his love for us. And when we are not at school or at church, the whole village becomes our playground.
Tithing is giving 10% of what you have to God. In the Bible, a long time ago, God's family had 12 different groups. They were called tribes. God set it up so that all the tribes would give some of what they had to the one tribe that was helping them have a relationship with God. See, God owns everything because He created everything. So He doesn't need you to give Him 10% of what you have. But He wants you to join Him in helping His family. And because you're part of that family, He wants you to trust that He will take care of you, even if you don't have 100%. And He will take care of you because you matter to God.
So I hope you guys learned a little bit about tithing today. And maybe you'll think of a treasure that you can give to God or commit to God. Let's pray. Hey, Jesus, thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving us enough that you've taught us how to give back to you. And know and trust that when we do, you'll give it right back to us in ways that we can't even imagine. We love you, God. We'll see you next time. Bye.